Hello YouTube Nation! Welcome back for another 80s toy review. I am Wheelbreaker41. Today we're going to do a cornucopia of stuff. We're going to actually not just look at one figure, we're going to look at 5 figures, but one group. And it's from the G.I. Joe toy line. Now, the G.I. Joe toy line that we're going to be covering is the Python Patrol. Python Patrol, according to their file cards that I got online and read it a long time ago, and I just kind of remember it, it says something to the fact it's like this group of mercenaries who gets the high-tech new equipment. It's a subgroup of Cobra. What that means for us collectors and what that meant for parents of the 80s is that these are repaints of figures, however very cool repaint of figures, that you're going to have to buy your kids over and over again because they are dummies. They are dummy figures. I mean, there's just a regular foot soldier. Really, the only one that's actually a figure that's not an army builder per se is Copperhead, which Copperhead came with a little green boat, the Cottontail, or I can't remember what that stupid little green boat's called. It's had so many names. It's actually one of the only things that comes out and actually gets renamed. It's been out even in the new toy line. I guess what we'll do with the Python Patrol, if you don't know what they are, they released them in the 25th line. I'm not sure how many of them actually came out. I think they did all 5 of these guys, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Some of these guys that I have are complete. Some of them are not. They are G.I. Joe toys. We're not really going to get all into the depth because they have the normal bendies, elbows, and all the stuff that the 80s toys had. However, we will start with the one, that, like I said, that only has a real identity, and that's Copperhead. And he was called Python Copperhead. Now, old Copperhead was kind of a neonish green, if you will. Now, this figure, if you could kind of just take a look at him here, it's a cool little a new paint scheme. I've always liked Copperhead's head. It's always been a good little helmet. Wish you could have taken it off to show a face, but it's the 80s G.I. Joe stuff. It's not really going to happen all that well. The only helmets that came off were ones like Duke's that you could just pop off and lose very easily. But I mean, Copperhead has this cool little lime green kind of outfit to him with the yellow. It's an awesome design. Whoever designed the Python Patrol, they really are just cool little figures. This Copperhead, it's the exact same toy as all of these are, and they come with certain accessories, and they actually come with just repaints of the old accessories. Here you see just the little cannon with the grenade launcher, just a normal kind of dummy machine gun that would come with it, and he comes with just a normal plain Jane little backpack here. I mean, it's nothing too exciting. There's no detail, nothing. It's just a G.I. Joe backpack. However, Python Patrol, yes please, they are cool. As a kid, I always had, I had quite a few of these actually, and Copperhead was my leader for them because there really never was a designation for a leader. They were just kind of Cobra outliers, which it'd have been cool to see a Cobra Commander in this outfit, or even Destro, or somebody like, I don't know, Firefly or somebody. Of course I would like Firefly because he's one of my favorites. Now, let's go to, let's see here. Let's just go to the Python Officer. This little guy right here, who is one of the harder to get guys, actually. He's got a cool little black suit. Good emblem, cool little mask and a gray helmet, gray boots, got Python knee pants, and kind of the Python, same color as Copperhead on the army belt here. Yellow gloves. It's just an all-around good-looking design. And all of these guys together, they actually look great together. It's one of those things that you don't get a lot of, and it's really cool to see them as army built. I mean, they really are army builders. I do not have his weapon. I kind of display him with just a plain Jane gun, which I know that is not his real gun, which is no big deal. I mean, it's kind of, all of these guys really just have Gennaro guns, you know, normal stock guns, nothing exciting that really separated them, except for the next guy. And we'll go straight to him. The Televiper, which also is a Python Televiper for this one. same getup, same design as a normal Televiper, and he actually came with the same equipment. He has this kind of snazzy backpack, which is kind of a radio backpack, because that's what a Televiper was. He was a telecommunicator. And he also has this cool little blaster here, which kind of nobody else had in the line. That's just a Televiper kind of a thing. If I remember right, this kind of was a thermo wave gun. It shot some kind of wave. Not really bullets came out of it for G.I. Joe's sake, but it is kind of what it is. It's kind of a different gun for a telecommunicator. As you can see, this guy has the red, the yellow, and kind of a grayish outline to him, which is cool. He also came with the essential. When this was right at the cusp. These guys came out in '89. This is the cusp of where every G.I. Joe figure had to have that thing to it. It seemed like everything had a hose that had a gun that had a backpack connected to it, to where it just ended up, kids chewed on it and ended up losing it in the backyard in about 3.5 seconds. The Televiper is probably my second favorite in the group. I'm going to save my favorite for last as we approach him here. This one is just the Trooper that we have, just another plain Jane Trooper, kind of in the same way as the other guy that we showed, the other Trooper, except just a different paint scheme. And as you can see for this guy, he's got a little bit of the same copperhead look there to him on the shirt, and then gray, black, and an all-black head, which I think is absolutely cool. It's one of those paint schemes that it just works. Now, there's no Cobra logo on this guy, as was on the other Trooper. The other one had a big red Cobra logo on his chest. He comes with just a normal, looks like an AK-47 kind of a gun there, which is kind of Gennaro Stando. And that's kind of, again, I'm sure the original figures came with it, so they just kind of they were probably gray and they painted them black. But this figure definitely looks cool. The paint scheme looks cool. All these guys together, honestly, they look cool. Now, I actually lied to you, and I've got to go and find something. Look, the box is over there. This is like, take 30 seconds. Take a drink, get a beer, pop one. I'll be back. Hey, I told you, it wasn't long, 10 seconds. Guy had to go find the other one. I lied to you. There's not 5 of these bastards, there's 6 of them. Now, let's go ahead and look at, drop a gun. Very important, we have a gun. Can't really do a good old toy review without the gun, can we? Now, we have the Crimson Python Patrol, the Crimson Python Guard. Crimson Guards are cool anyway. So you put a little paint deco on them with a little camouflage. Yeah, they're all right. We do all right with that. The cool helmet, as you can see there, just a Crimson Guard helmet. Got a cool little badge, kind of a little cross and whatever decoration that is. Side pistol holder there, the boots, which he's got a little spur action going on there in the back. Another cool looking figure. The thing that they did that's great with these is they didn't keep them all in the same paint scheme. It's not just deco and Python and deco in all of what they are. It's actually a lot of different, it's the same colors, but it's a different scheme, which is kind of cool, I think. And it stands them out, honestly, on a shelf. It really does. But that is Python Patrol, the Crimson Guard variant of it. He comes with the Crimson Guard backpack. It's the same thing that you would get with any other backpack. And I don't have the original gun. I give him this little thing right here, but it's just a rifle. He did come with a rifle. And I mean, as I say often, it is what it is. So what are you going to do? It's just a gun. As long as the guy has the gun, what's it matter? Now, we come to the finale, and this is a bad mamma jamma is what he is. It's, I think, the best figure, the best mold for any G.I. Joe army builder. Alley Vipers are right up there, but this guy, even in his normal Viper mode, the Cobra Python Viper, you can just look at him. He just looks like a bad sumbitch. Cool little red goggles, red helmet. I think the paint scheme for this guy is just phenomenal. I think they did great with just the gray lines, kind of like they did with the Televiper, with just yellow patches here or there. Got the black Got black boots. And the cool thing is on the inside is that one thing they did is they took a little time and made a little yellow inside. I mean, that could have been all gray, but it ends up being the variant of kind of knocking off and having a little color down there. Yes, the little color, it's fine. But this is, it's a cool figure. It's an awesome figure, and in my opinion, is the best army builder for G.I. Joe, and not even just for the Python variant. Just get the regular Viper. Now, he does come with this kind of a cool detailed backpack. I don't know if this camera will get it or not, but if you could see right there, that's a Cobra logo, 2 grenades, a canteen, and a little ammo pack, which a lot of the backpacks that came with these guys, or G.I. Joe, really, didn't have much. And so having a little detail on there is cool. And then he also comes with the normal Viper gun, which has 2 handles, which is cool. You can have them kind of pose and grab, and if you have them on display, kind of have a double little fisted ordeal here, which is always good times. Watch, I'm trying, boys and girls. I'm just trying. But, you know, having kind of holding it, standing there, watching the Terrordrome, watching whatever it may be. Again, this figure, these guys go for about $10-15 a pop. You know, you can get the whole kit and caboodle for $60 or whatever. Very well worth it. Now, however, if you're an articulation kind of person, I would suggest probably popping out there and getting the 25th anniversary versions, because you probably A, can get them cheaper, and B, you could probably have a little bit more posability with them on your shelves. Now, cool thing about the Python Patrol is you get them together, and like I said, you can put them together. They stand out alone amongst other Cobras. They're their own Cobra thing. You can have them there. It would have been cool to have some kind of leader, because I don't think Copperhead really stands out as a leader, but he could be. You never know. If you ever get to check out the vehicles, which they did do a lot of the vehicles, well, not a lot. I mean, they repainted a lot of the stuff, really. I'm trying to think as I'm looking through my little notes down here for them. Oh, who did they do? I know there was a Stun that was painted that way, and I know there was the X-30, the Concorde. There was some other. I think there was 3. The Stun was painted, and it kind of had a totally different paint scheme if you've ever really looked at it. It was a reddish, red-silver, I think. Kind of a snaky look to it, but it's cool. And the Conquest, the G.I. Joe Conquest, was it was a cool jet in itself, so you throw a little snake on it. My buddy Glenn, Dread Tidings, he did a review of it. I don't know if it's on his new channel, but it was on his old channel. It's good times that he showed off, and I mean, it's a flying snake. It's got to be kind of cool. But the Stun's a kick-ass vehicle, and painted as a snake. And then there's one other one, like I said, that was a vehicle, but I can't. It was something stupid, actually. It was like a tank. It was some small tank. I can't remember exactly what it was or what it was called. But that's just me having a brain fart. But I am Wheelbreaker41. This is a toy review of not 5. It was 6, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 Python Patrols. I was going to do them individually, but what the hell? Let's throw them all together and see what happens. Wheelbreaker41. Later, taters.